UFC 116
looked terrible to me on paper.
You said it, but it ended up being a really good card, everybody. I mean, there were not just the main event was a good fight, but all the fights were good fights.
Stephan Bonner avenged his loss to Krasinski.
Yeah, whatever.
That guy.
Stephan Bonner hung in there, and it kind of looked like almost like the Forrest Griffin fight. I mean, obviously it wasn't like the Forrest Griffin fight he had, but man, this guy's got a lot of heart, hung in there, and ended up...
Well, he even went out on blog and said, look, I have to win this fight, because I know if I don't win this fight, I'm probably going to be out of a job. Well, he was fighting for his contract, old WWF type joint.
Yeah.
Contract match.
Hung in there and ended up getting a TKO against Krasinski. That was impressive. Then you had, what was the next thing?
Lytle versus Matt Brown.
Yeah, Lytle versus Matt Brown. Another thing where I thought Matt Brown had the fight.
And knew. Chris Lytle got that man in one of the oddest looking arm bars I've ever seen. I've never seen an arm bar pull off like that. Now, granted, I only watch what I see on TV, so cut me some slack. But it was an excellent arm bar. And actually, at that moment, I figured that was submission of the night.
Yeah.
But little did we know
that there were going to be far many more submissions. Then we had, who was next?
Chris Lieben.
Chris Lieben
versus Akiyama. Now, Akiyama went out there and said, I need a better named opponent.
Right. That's not what ended up happening. Chris Lieben, not only did he fight 2 weeks ago and get a win, but on short notice, he took the fight, took a guy who was, everybody just had, I don't know if they had high hopes for, but everybody just thought this guy was going to come and just walk through this, I guess, this weight class. And Chris Lieben was like, that's not happening. Now, Chris Lieben's known for standing and just coming straight forward and just pounding with you. He hung in there, weathered the storm, and then ended up getting a submission on this guy. Now, fight of the night, main event, was Lesnar versus Carwin.
That was him. That was his fight night. For me, it was Lieben versus Akiyama. To me, you got a guy who shows up 2 weeks after just fighting.
Fight night was the main event.
So, Chris Lieben shows up after 2 weeks, cleared all of his medicals, comes in and wins by submission. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Right. Now, on to the main event of the night.
Main event.
We saw this two different ways.
I think everything that we thought would happen ended up happening. Did I think that, Carwin was going to get Brock, control him on the ground immediately, and ground and pound that fast? No, I didn't probably think that was going to happen. Did I think that Lesnar would win by submission? No, I didn't think that was going to happen. So there was a couple things that did surprise us. But the bottom line was Carwin had every chance in the world to put Lesnar away. But Lesnar weathered the storm. Lesnar proved to everybody that he's got a good jaw. You can't discredit him for that. You gotta say he fought a good fight, man. I mean, he was getting his ass handed to him the entire first round. He managed to get out of it, and then it winded Carwin. He just lost his win, and he lost the zip on his punches, and that basically cost him to get the big L.
I can tell you right now, the happiest person there this evening was Dana White. Dana White was so excited to go to the ring and see that Steve Stoppagatti was not reffing this match. Because in my opinion, we have seen fights in the UFC stopped for much less and much sooner. Because when Carwin got on top of him, not the second time, but the first time, when he's on top of him and Carwin's raining down those punches and literally Brock is just turtling, we have seen those fights be stopped.
And this is where George and I disagree.
Right.
Because George...
I felt the fight...
And his girlfriend Jesse, who is taping us right now. You can go ahead and tell them, Jesse, what you think, right? Because Jesse does not like Brock Lesnar.
No. But I see it your way, too. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, we've seen... this is my problem with refereeing. Right. Stoppagatti would have stopped it.
Mario would have let him kill himself.
Oh, yeah. And Yves Levine, they would have been bleeding out. Rosenthal, who had this fight, has been kind of, you didn't know which way you were getting with Rosenthal.
I like the way it went tonight because it showed that, Brock Lesnar was not done fighting. He was weathering the storm, and that Carwin did not have enough zip on his punches to put him away. And if it was stopped earlier, then it could have been a bunch of bullshit. Everybody would be like, you got stopped early and all that shit.
And now this leads us to two things. Fedor's coming off a loss. Dana White has gone out and said the winner of this fight will go down as the greatest heavyweight in the world.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that.
I think we saw a lot of openings for both. Junior Dos Santos is out there.
Cain Velasquez is next.
Yeah.
For Brock Lesnar.
So I mean,
that should be entertaining.
It's going to be entertaining, everybody.
Oh, and by the way, happy 4th of July to all you people out there.
Boom boom fireworks.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, America. We're out.
Red button.